Hate can be a powerful force. Done in ignorance, it can destroy. But used wisely, it can have a great benefit to your life. Here are some simple things you can do to actually use hate for good. 1. Understand it. Sometimes we hate things on impulse, without fully understanding what or why we hate the things we do. If you take time to disassemble the idea and separate your emotions from the idea, you can explore the idea by itself and gain a deeper understanding about what it is you actually don't like and why. And when you do this, you actually gain control over the idea itself rather than that idea having control over you whenever you come in contact with it. 2. Isolate it and hate the quality, not the thing itself. Hating broadly doesn't have any actual benefit. It blinds us. When we isolate the quality of the thing we hate, it teaches us about ourselves. It teaches us about our preferences, our dislikes, and our moral character. It also allows us to challenge and improve our understanding. For example, say I go to a restaurant that I've been to many times before and one that I enjoy, but on this particular occasion, the wait to be seated is very long, the service is not great, and then when I get home from the restaurant, it turns out I'm sick from food poisoning. I could say, I hate that restaurant, I'm never going back. But when I stop to think about the situation, I can get a greater understanding of it, and why my reaction is the way it is. Maybe they were busy that night, and that's why it took so long to be seated, and why the service wasn't as great as it was before. Maybe the food poisoning was because of a new cook, or something from the distributor where the food was contaminated. Could be any number of things. But for me to pin all of that on the restaurant might be a little bit unfair. It might not even be that it's the restaurant's fault at all. And in reality, I could just hate the fact that I'm feeling sick and then be projecting that onto the restaurant and saying it's their fault. In that case, what I actually hate isn't the restaurant, but the fact that I feel sick itself, which is completely normal and a human response. None of us enjoy that. 3. Channel it. Hate can be one of the most motivating forces when it's directed properly. Think about it this way. Say you hate your life, or say you hate something about life. If you can isolate what it is that you hate and why you hate it, then you know what you need to change to not hate life, to not have that same experience. Through that process of challenging that feeling or that discomfort that you have about life, you grow your understanding of why you don't like it. You can utilize that feeling of hatred to do something constructive rather than giving in to the hatred, which is often destructive. And often the best outlets for just releasing ourselves of the feeling of hate, which is a combination of fear and anger, are creative ones. Art, physical movement like exercise, some form of cleansing the mind like meditation or prayer, any of these sorts of things, even talking for some people, provides a great benefit, rather than letting the hate consume you and control you. Hate doesn't have to destroy. In fact, it can be used to enlighten us and help us create. Any hate we hold inside of us becomes our burden to bear, and we have to accept responsibility for any actions that come from it. Until next time, always stay up to no good.